Hello everybody, it's Josh here. We're back today with another prepared 3D version 4 video. Hope everybody is doing well. We're on the ground here at London Heathrow today. A very dreary London Heathrow at that. It's not the best of weather in the UK today, unfortunately, and Heathrow seems to have gotten the worst of it, apparently. So there is that. We are in the wonderful PMDG 747, Queen of the Skies. As you will all know, it is one of my all-time favourite aircraft. I think it's a lot of people's all-time favourite aircraft, but this is one of my favourite, soon-to-be old-school aircraft. Yeah, there's going to be that. We're in one of the iconic BA100 liveries today, Golf Bravo November Lima Yankee. This is the very nice Landor livery. This is my second of all-time favourite liveries of the Retrojet fleet. And it's my favourites of the actual British Airways liveries. My absolute top one is BAWAC, BOAC, but obviously that was in the days before British Airways. So the Landor livery is definitely my favourite BA livery, and I really wish they went back to using Landor because it's amazing. It's so nice. It's unreal. Anyway, we're jetting off today as, what are we? Speedbird 283, BA flight 283, same call sign as the flight number today. From here on the ground at London Heathrow, we're on stand 551, so one of the remote stands at Heathrow, and we're heading across the pond today to LAX. A flight I've wanted to do for a while, because the FSDT LAX is actually okay, to be fair, so I figured we'd go down and check that out. We're just in the process of loading the bags right now. The passengers have already loaded. There's not a lot going on. There was London Control on, but now he's gone offline. But we've grabbed all the information and everything we needed from him prior to that, so that's all fine. Got a 747 sitting over there, and I think there's a Virgin 787 somewhere, probably down Terminal 3-way, Terminal 2-way probably. I think there's another BA over there as well. So not too much in the way of traffic, but enough to get a little bit of action going. So, I'll not natter on anymore. We'll jump into the flight deck. We've got external power on. We're already powered up, but we need to do basically everything following that. So we'll jump over into the flight deck and get set up and head over to Los Angeles. Alright, so welcome to the flight deck. Again, one of my favourite of all-time flight decks. I think it's just so nice. Apologies about the FPS. It's London Heathrow, so it'll clear up as we get later down the way. I think the rain effects are probably having a bit of an effect as well, because as nice as they are, they really do seem to tank your frame rate, so there is that. Anyway, we'll start off with the overhead panel. We'll get the standby power onto auto, and we'll get the IRSs aligned as well. That can go into there. We'll get the buses on as well, and we'll get some lighting going. So we'll get the overheads going here, and we'll do the glare shield panel, and we'll get some AFDS light or glare shield lighting here. Come across to here, we'll get the panel lights on, get a bit of floods going, and then over here as well, get this on, get a little bit of flood going as well. Looks pretty nice, and that's all lit up there, very nice. Come back to the overhead panel. Fuel pumps can all stay off for a minute. We need to turn the utility buses on though, so that can happen now. We'll get a lot of air coming in. Trim air can come on as well. Yaw dampers, upper and lower as well. Packs, isolation valves, and the bleeds can all come. APU bleed can come on as well, whatever. Window heats can also come on as well. And that's pretty much the overhead panel sorted out for a minute. So we'll come down to the FMC and we'll start initializing all of that and the ACAS and all of that stuff. So POSing it. Echo Golf Lima Lima is where we are today. We'll take the GPS position and whack that in there like so. Heathrow is our origin, not origin, and LAX is our destination, and we are Speedbird 283, goes in there. Oh, my comment's invalid, there we go, that'll do. I'll come down to ACAS and we'll get the pre-flights initialised now, so Heathrow, LAX, go in there. Our estimated time of departure was going to be 11:15 Zulu, but we're going to be a little bit late off of that because I had to fix my sim because it broke, so there is that, and we've got an ETA of 11 hours and 8 minutes today. Our airline code, which is the IATA code, is BA, and that's pretty much all we need, so we can sync all of that up, and everything else is good to go from there. So I'll come back across to here, route select, and we'll select that. That not select or something? I don't know what's going on here then. Route select. Oh, there we go. Just takes a little bit of time, so we can request that now. I guess it just takes a little bit of time for the ACARS to... Oh yeah, look, it was syncing, so yeah, I remember now. It's been a while since I've flown the 7.4, but I remember now. So we'll get that in. We're departing runway 27 right today, so we're on Westies. Unfortunately, that means we've got a monumental taxi, but thankfully for you, the powers of editing mean that that's not too much of a big deal. So we'll get that initialized in, and then that'll happen. We'll put this, just put the flight number back in, speedbird 283, and 27 right is the departure runway. Beautiful. Go to depart, arrive, depart, 27 right, Compton 3 Foxtrot, and with that we can activate and execute all of that, and we, well, actually it's not the button I wanted to press, but we can send it to the company anyway. Winds we'll do in a minute, and that all heads to there. So we'll come over to Perfect now. We've already got the fuel loaded in and whatnot today, so 222.9 is what we need to be loading in zero fuel weight. Our reserves today total out at 478 tons. Cost index of 90, that is the real world for British Airways. We're cruising initially, wow, flight level 320. We'll be stepping up as high as 380 today. And we can set step size to 0. In terms of thrust limitation, we're derating to 22 degrees today. Apparently, but I reckon we can get away with a little bit more than that. So let's try 32. 42. Yeah, I reckon that'll work. 1.64 EPA. We'll be using flap 20 with that as well. I don't think we could get away with flap 10. We probably could, but we'll use flap 20. It seems to make more sense. Headwind, we actually need to work that out. So engine acceleration's fine. Trim CG can go in there, and let's have a look at the winds and figure out our wind component. So we'll do that very, very quickly, just to find ActiveSky in my list. So the wind direction is 250 at 6 knots, and that's going to give us a headwind of 5 knots. And the slope, I think there is none. No, there's not. So it's 0. Perfect. Those we can take those V speeds, so 145, 160, 170, and the runway condition is wet actually, so we need to change that. That changes all the V speeds, so 132 is V1, 160 V2. What I might do is just bring that limit down a bit, it's like 38. Maybe 35. Doesn't really make any difference, so that's fine. Beautiful, so 170 knots is what we need to bug up here. So unfortunately there's not really any good calculator for the 7.4, so it's just a case of sort of messing around with it until you get somewhere. 270 degrees is runway heading, so we'll sync that up, 270, and initial climb is 6,000 feet on the Compton departure, so we'll set that up as well. Left flight director, right flight director, LNAV and VNAV, and everything else is good to go. I can bring the VRR needles in, data and traffic on this side, and then on the other side the VRR needles, terrain, data, traffic, and that is us pretty much set up in a position, or in a position where we're ready to go. We can set COM1 and 122.8. As I said, unfortunately we've missed ATC, so there is that. 2000 can set on the transponder, and I suppose we could test that if we wanted to, but there is that. Smoking and seatbelts can come on now, and we can. TCAS test passed. It's passed, very nice. Boarding's now complete, so what I'm actually going to start the APU up, and we'll start getting the fuel pumps on here. So all of that, all of them, all of them, all of them. I don't know if we've got fuel in the centre, so let's have a look. Fuel, we do, so we do need the centre pumps on. And that is everything else pretty much ready to go. So we'll start closing the doors now. On this side, and close the doors on this side. And we'll head back over to doors on here for a minute. Everything's starting to move away now. Which means we're pretty much ready to go. So once the APU has come online, which it should do any minute now, I'll just have a look here. Let's see if we can find it. There's not really any button for it, is there? Just cancel all of these. So APU is already running, perfect. So we can disconnect, well actually we can go onto APU now. And we can verify the parking brake is set, which it now is. Arm all the doors, ground connections, and we can basically release and release the air conditioning, all of that stuff. Come to GSX, we'll prepare for pushback and departure where nose to the left, tail to the right today. We don't want to start the engines prior to pushback. We'll do it on the push. Yeah, this is pretty much ready to go. Emergency lights is one thing that can go, so we'll do that as well. Remove the chocks now, and we don't actually need that anymore, I don't think, so we can just go to FMC and leave that on the takeoff page as well. Beautiful. What we'll do is we'll set the weather radar to WEX-T while we're here, but obviously we won't turn it on, because otherwise we're going to give many people brain damage, and we don't want that. That's not what I wanted to do. How the hell do I get rid of that? There we go. Alright, so we'll stand by to pressurise the hydraulic. So it'll be auxiliary, auto, auxiliary is the configuration I'm told is what we need to be in for pushback. How true that is, I am not sure. Okay. Ready to parking brakes?
All engines clear. Start at will.
Perfect. So we're pushing back. Go auto. Auto. Auxiliary. Packs can come off. And we will start engines number 4 and 3. So in here, wait for everything to come online, which it has. Oh, look at that PBR though. PBR of the fan blades. They look a bit shiny, don't they? I think PBR might be a little bit messed up with that. But no biggie. So as the starters out on 3 and 4, so now we'll go for 1 and 2. Gotta make sure it all comes up on here. Go across to these. Set the parking brake there. And that's the starters out on 1 and 2. Beautiful. So 4 good engine starts. I actually forgot to start the clock on the right hand side, so we'll do that now. We'll wait for everything to stabilise out, so we'll get all of these, wait for the packs, which we've now got, so we can now disconnect the APU.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass been removed.
We'll get the runway turn-off lights on now, and we'll get the wipers on as well. Like so. Look at that though. I don't know, we've pushed back. The frame rate seems to have got better.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Left and right is clear, and the hand signal has been received. Perfect. So we'll finish doing the rest of the stuff here. So flaps 20 even, and auto brake can go to RTO. We can set the trim as well. We need 6 units of trim today, which is already set. And with that, we can just do a quick flight control check. So full left, full right, full up, full down, rudder full left, and rudder full to the right. Beautiful. TCAS can come on now, because I think at Heathrow you have to squawk mode Charlie on all taxiways, I think. I could be massively wrong about that. Packs can also come back on now, so the passengers can get some nice air conditioning. Alright, let's spin the weather radar on, and we'll set this to like 10 miles. So there's Pluto. We'll be going right to the end today. Probably don't need to, but whatever. If we were going full power, we certainly wouldn't need to. Everything else checks out and is ready to go. Ooh, look at that shine on the wing. Looks rather nice, doesn't it? Right. Landing lights on. The lineup wasn't too bad either. Let's correct that, and once we do that, we get the strobe lights on as well. And everything else is ready to go. So, start the clock, spool her up, look at that, toga, that's nice, that's 1.65 E per power set, 80 knots. Bit of a different power then, what that's all about. V1. Whoa. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Don't have whether the throttles, but that was a bit weird. That's climb power. Start the left-hand turn out now. Moving on to the flight director as well. Head downward trim. Let's help us out a little bit. And straight into the cloud, so autopilot on. Gear can come off now. Just set that to progress. And that as well. Absolutely nailed by the weather. Oh, look at that though. That looks nice. Right, flap 10, flap 5. Flaps 1. That's climb power. Now. Flaps can come up now. Sync up the heading. We'll come through the climb now. Bring the wipers off before we get too fast for them. And up to 320. So I'll do that. And clear all the out restrictions out. Look at that down there. Damn, that looks nice. Damn. That is nice. Right then, so about 11 hours still to go once we actually attempt to get through this cloud. So I shall speak to you all again in a bit, burst out of pressure now, when we are a little bit further along the way to LAX. See you shortly. Okay then, folks. So we are well on our way into LA now. We're just over. Sorry, we're about 280 miles from our arrival into LAX. We're going to start planning the arrival. We've got some changes to make to our flight plan, so we're going to be doing it a little bit earlier than usual today. So there is that. So we've got simultaneous approaches in progress, runways 24 right and 25 left. All we really need to do is just pull in the arrival for the time being, and everything else we'll do in due course. So we're arriving by the EGLL with the Hackman transition, and that can go in there. So that takes us all the way down as far as Circus, which is what we need to. Is really as far as we can go for a minute until we get the runway information, which we won't have quite yet. We're already cleared pilot's discretion for level 240, so that's absolutely fine as well. In terms of weights and whatnot today, you can see we've got 156 miles to our top of ascent now. We currently have on board 18.6, we're landed 14.3, so we need to take 4.3 off of our total gross weight, which is going to put us down to 237.1. No, it's not. Hang on, 237. Hang on, was it? Wow, I'm getting bad at this. 4.3, which is 41, is 37. I think it's 237 exactly, I think, but it's not a big deal. I'm bad at maths, what can I say? Flap 30 as well, so it's going to give us a V-speed, or V-ref 139. The weather down on the ground is cloudy, and the wind's not too bad. It's only 7 knots, so we can we don't need to be coming at any sort of insane approach speed. Get some fixes in. So LAX will be at 4 miles, at 10 miles. No, not 1. 10 would be nice, and at 15 miles as well. That can go in there, and we start the approach. Well, I mean, we can't really say it because we don't know if it's too far right or too far left. But I mean, that starts at 10k. Now they both start at 10k actually, so we can just put predicted ETA out into there as well. Route data, I'm going to send off some winds just to update them because they haven't been updated in a while. We'll go over to descent forecast here. Flight level 180 is correct, and 10,000 is the anti-ice transition, although it's 17 degrees, so we actually don't need that today. Wait for these winds to come back, and in the meantime, we actually don't need to do anything else, it's just that. So we'll load those winds in there, and come across over to descent, we'll execute that, and then head over to here and get the descent winds, and they probably changed quite substantially, I'd imagine. Yep, they have, there we go, so that's in as well. Beautiful, so I said 137 miles till top of drop now, and runway is, I'm not entirely sure yet. It's been pretty reasonable trip. We had a little bit of turbulence actually earlier as we came off of the Atlantic. There was some kind of weird, like, I don't know if it was a thermal or updrafts, or it was a little bit weird, but other than that it's been pretty cloudy, so we've not really had much in the way of scenery, but no big deal, right? Anyway, we've got about another 40-ish minutes to run, 39 minutes to run.
2.9.
So
2414 altitude check.
Should be all good. So speak to you all, and we're a little bit further down the way towards LAX. Okay then, folks. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. How professional of me. So we're just on the final stage. It's now up 5,500. I'm just start bringing the lights on now. Because why not? There we go. Unfortunately, ATC has decided to basically leave us, so there is that. It's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. And we're just descending into the clouds. We're on the glide path, well, pretty much on the glide and the localizer now, so we can actually just arm that, and that will give us the localizer. And you can see we are 18 miles out at the moment, so we'll continue our approach. We're landing 25 right, I've decided. With no ATC, I basically chose the runway that was closest to Terminal 4 and 5, which is where BA park. And we'll see if we've got the information. See where we can land. See if we can park at the actual gate. It doesn't look like we can, just the international terminal. So we'll just choose a stand and we'll hope for the best. Final approach course today into 25 right. I think it's 251 degrees. It is, which is correct, and decision height's 304 feet, rounded up to 310 there. Start bringing this in now as we can. Unfortunately, the frame rate seems to have died going through these clouds, but not much you can do about that, right? We're using auto brake 1. We can use most of the runway. It's not a big deal, so we'll just have a nice gentle rollout for all the passengers. And so, yeah, we can arm the speed brake now as well, and we'll start bringing, we'll start slowing down. So I'll come up with flaps 1. We can bring that back, and we'll carry out with flap 5 actually as well. Got the runway in sight now. We're through all of that cloud, which is nice. Scenery though, look at that, it's nice. The LA skyline's off in the distance there. Carry out with flaps 10. VREF today is 139, so we'll land 149. That's checked. What's the wind actually? It's 8 knots, so yeah, we'll do 149. Missed approach altitude today is 2,000 feet, which is already set. Is we fall through 210, we'll now go gear down, and that will really start to increase our drag now. With that we'll go flaps 20. No auto land apparently. Oh no, that's fine. Land 3. Not that we need it. I'm going to come all the way out with flap 30 now. Very nice. Last little engine shot. Damn, that is the money there, isn't it? Holy crap. That is nice.
1,000.
That's checked. Cabin's ready. And we're green on the flaps 13. So, take control of the aircraft. The aircraft is mine. Just do our best to keep it steady and whatnot. There's definitely a bit of a wind there, you can feel it. Not that we can see it because the wind director thingy doesn't work, unfortunately, but that's fine. We'll bang on the glide and the localizer as well. Damn, on the speed, on the money with the speed as well. A little bit low, so we'll just bring the nose up a bit, drop it back down again. Get that descent rate coming. Over the freeway there.
50 above.
Oh, nice increase. Don't know what that was all about.
Decide.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Damn, that was a nice landing. Reversers. Spoilers. Decel. That was undoubtedly one of the best landings I've ever done in the 747. Reversers out. Auto brake off. And we can vacate here. Right where we want to be as well. I'm highly impressed with myself. So we'll stop here for a second. So what we'll do, we'll position ourselves just here and have a quick look at the chart. So airport, we want to be Terminal 4, so where are we? It was Bravo 6, wasn't it? Or Charlie 9, sorry, Charlie 9. Wow, we really have stopped in good time. We're basically right in front of where we need to be. So we can basically take any of these stands, or any of those stands down there. Is that Alaska there? Yeah, it is, nice. So, Los Angeles Airport. Oh no, hang on, we want select parking facility, I forget. Terminal 4, why not? Gate 4-1, I guess. Nope. Perfect. So stand 4-1. We'll have a look at that for the chart. Start the APU. Parking bays. Stand 4-1. It's Charlie 9, so we'll take left on Charlie and then right Charlie 10. Actually, not what we can do. Where's Charlie 10? Charlie 10 is down there. So we'll just come down through here. Yeah. Go down Bravo. That way round, I think. Lights can come off now. And the flaps can come in. Speed brake can come in. 11 hours 10, so a little bit late, but who cares, about a few minutes, right? Weather radar can come off as well. And we should be able to see it just down there. There it is. Charlie 10. And the strobe lights off as well. Turn-offs can come off as well. They can see there. We're there. I mean, should have gone to Specsavers if you can't see a massive 747 in retro livery coming at you. Auto brakes off as well now. Light directors come out. APU is now available, perfect. Oh no, I forget the reset button's done, but you have to scroll it down, don't you? Tell you what, it's interesting that 4-1 is a heavy stand. I'm not confident we've got enough wingtip clearance there, but maybe we have. And I just doubt myself, but I'm doubting we've got enough wingtip clearance there, to be perfectly honest. That looks incredibly tight. Holy Jesus. Park it in here and hope the wings, or the left wing doesn't hit the building. Try our best not to. Actually, yeah, we were alright, to be fair. Switch external view. Park 747 there. Okay. I'll do. Set the parking brake. Bring over the APU generators. shut down the engines. 11 hours 22 minutes total block time. Fuel pumps can come off. And the beacon lights can also come off as well. Get connected up here. So we need to do here, yep. Operate jetways. Oh, we can only go to one left apparently. I'm sad. Can we not do that any other way? Yeah, so no. Oh well. Request deboarding. Theory those guys will move in. I have no idea what that means. I've not seen that error before. Must be something to do with level 2, I don't know. Oh, we'll disarm and open the door. Disarm and open the door. And open the cargo doors. I assume we've got stairs to the rear. Maybe we haven't. We don't, so we need to close that door again. Oh, okay. Well, there you have it. 11 hours 22 minutes total time. I don't like this stand in terms of camera views. Although you're doing some really nice PBR shots there. Well, that looks nice, doesn't it? Right, at 11 hours 22 minutes, that was a good flight. Much enjoyable. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's going to be it from me for today. I hope everybody has enjoyed themselves. Enjoyed watching the video. And I shall be back very, very shortly with more videos as always. We've got some cool things planned over the course of the next couple of months as summer sets in, so there's pretty hype on that front as well. Anyway, enough of my talking. So that's going to be it from me for today, guys. Thank you as always. Remember to like and comment and subscribe if you really do feel as though I am worthy of that much attention, which, let's be honest, I'm probably not. So that'll be it from me for today, guys. Remember, if you have any suggestions or anything like that, please feel free to contact me, and I will always be there to consider them. But until the next flight, thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye for now.